Hey, what's happening, everybody? I don't remember how to do this. I think you like press these buttons. You do like this. And it turns the music on, maybe. I get on replay. Oh, okay. See? It's all right. We'll remember. We'll get in there. Looks like I am live on YouTube. I am live on Twitch. That's coming in as well. And we should be live on Kick. All right, we got 3 sources of all. So that's good. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need picture-in-picture. Good to go. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? It's been a month since my last live stream. It's probably too long. But honestly, I needed that break from live streaming. I had that huge sprint of several in a week. I think I did 3 in 1 week. And it was just to get rid. It was just to get ready for 3D Printopia. And it was nice to shoot some video and do stuff. Although I did have to redo an entire video. Because I got a new part from the manufacturer, so it kind of ruined my entire review. So that should be fun. Otherwise, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Otherwise, how's everybody doing? Cheers. Ooh, got some hot coffee today in our hot end mug. Check that out on 3dprintsos.com. Intro music. This sounds weird without it. We had intro music. I had it playing the whole time. You didn't hear it? Looks like we got Tin Talon up in here. JP, what's happening? Wick Allen. And of course, Wick Central. Where's the third one? Oh, there you go. We got all 3. We got Wick over here, and of course, Wick over there. Thank you for being on all the platforms. I appreciate that. Brian, how are you? What's going on? AFM, what's up? What's up? Maker Viking, how you doing, man? How's it been? Petty, what's going on? Another CG, Tulsa. Yeah, it's been a month. Long time no see. Yeah. Got an interesting one for you today. I don't really do resin printing. I have a resin station behind here, back there. But I don't use it very often. And there always are a few things that I want to print here and there. So I always like to have a printer ready to go. So today we're going to be checking out one of those. It's the latest in Creality's line, even though it goes under the name PioCreat, which is their sister company, for those who don't know. So it is their latest Halot or Halo. I don't know if it's like Home Depot. The OT is an O. It's either Halo or Halot. I don't know. X1. It looks really cool. The specs on this thing are amazing. I do already have a really impressive machine. I have the Creality Halot Mage S 14K. So this is even crazier. This is 16K. It's just kind of wild. So that should be cool. Harlow. Rise and Shine. User-friendly resin printer. I'm curious. The resin filling and draining is done on it. Yeah, me too. So what I was trying to say was there is a bunch of things on this machine that are unique. And that was one of the things that I was not disappointed, but so when I was opening that other machine, the previous one, it was the newest and greatest machine that they had at the time. And it was like 7 years or something like that where I haven't done any resin. So I was expecting there to be a big change in everything. And it wasn't. The screen was amazing, obviously, but everything else was still manual. You still have to level it, all that stuff. This is apparently, you don't need to level this, as far as I understand. So we'll take a look at the marketing and see what it all says before we open it up. But there's a serial killer. Yeah, so dressed him up for Halloween, and then I made my own killer version as well. So he's going to be in my door guarding the candy while we take the kids trick-or-treating. But yeah, 3D printed this on the Prusa Core 1, and it came out just absolutely perfect. Literally no lines. What the? Okay, so the camera did not enjoy looking at that. Hey, camera, why don't you come over this way? What are you doing? That was kind of wild. Anyway, Some supernatural stuff going on. Anyway, so yeah, I did that, and then I don't know if you guys saw a short that I put out, but I made designed these buckles so that you can add straps to these type of things, and then you have yourself a mask. I also printed a knife. Of course, I did the wood handle, so it should be cool. I have a similar jumpsuit to wear, so fun stuff. Doing that theme this year, you know. This is Ghost, yeah. Hey, Iceman, what's happening? Yeah, I see, man. I get those updates in my email. Tinker Atlas, man, it's going good. I'm doing okay. There's a lot going on, kind of all the time. I'm getting invited by several companies to fly out to different places, and maybe you guys can give me some advice as people that come here often and at least know me in our banter. I don't really like to do, you guys know I already don't take money from 3D printing companies for printer reviews, right? I might take something for like a project where they cover some costs or things like that. I'll gladly do that to make some kind of fun project using their machine. But I don't, when I do a review, it is completely unpaid and unbiased. But there are companies that reach out all the time to try to get me to fly out to an event or to a location, like their own location, things like that. And I'm always super hesitant to say yes, because I feel like I'm kind of doing the same thing. I know some of you guys would enjoy content like that. I know you guys do. I know a lot of people in the industry that literally do this for a living. They literally fly out and go to different places, interview people. I don't really do that. I like to stay like hobby grade in my basement type of thing. So let me know if you think it would be out of left field for me to, let's say, fly out somewhere and do an on-site live stream or an on-site video showcasing some product. Do you guys think that's weird, or is that something you'd like to see on the channel? I'm not a big social person. I'm not like rushing to fly out somewhere to meet people. I'm like, it's actually the opposite. I'd prefer really not to. But if you guys think that type of content is interesting, I guess not a lot of people get to see that kind of behind the scenes type of thing. I'm kind of inclined to maybe say yes. I don't know. I'm on the fence, you know? So there's that. Are you going to continue the tool changer and stream? Yes, not on this stream, but probably the next stream is going to be the tool changer again. I need to revisit it. We got really close. The problem that I ran into is inconsistency with docking, and that's because my dock slightly moves and we don't have switches. I want to make sure that that's like a definite answer. I don't have a switch mount, but maybe I'll come up with one before the stream. I really don't want to put a switch on there, but I'll have to. First, we'll try to dock, making the dock more solid. Ghost, yeah. Finally, an uncomplicated resin printer, and the complexities of resin are a big no-no for me. Yeah, let's see what this is all about. Scared the camera, yeah. Hey, LTX. You're entitled to charging for time and expense. Just disclose it. Time isn't free. Oh, yeah, for the thing, yeah. Hey, Dave, how you doing, man? I'll have to chat with you about it. But then again, you are also significantly more outgoing and social than I am. Like, so, I don't know. I need to tweak the emails a bit. There's enough new projects, so I need to rotate the ones that show up in the email. Yeah, okay. Maybe just make them be less frequent, and that way, you know, even interested people. So, you know, I do marketing. so even people that are interested deeply in your product daily would get overwhelming because it starts to feel a lot like work. Unless obviously they really enjoy it, and you have some statistics there. But if you're seeing kind of like a drop in people opening it and engagement just in general, I would have it go less frequently to start, and that way you can build up a bit more content for the emails as well, and they will be better themselves. And honestly, a gig would be cool, but do what's right for you and your family. Yeah, it's not so much the family part. Like, I think my family would be cool with me going there for a day or two or 2 days, whatever, 3 days or to an event. You know, it's fine. I think that part's fine. I think it's the do I want to do that for the channel? Is that the direction that I want to take? That's the part I'm really unsure of. My latest video, just as an example, my latest video was a video that I worked hard on. It was about the Death Racer. And I was literally super excited to put that thing out there. I actually didn't follow through on some of the machine reviews that I was doing, and I made that video instead and worked on it on my free time instead, and it still has 500 views. It is by far my worst performing video that I have on the entire channel. So there's that. So I'm more unsure about that kind of stuff than ever. So if I see something, if I'm talking about making some kind of content that's out of left field, I feel like it's just gonna do the same thing. So that would be a problem. I would be really underperforming while taking someone's money to do so, and that would make it way worse, because that project was for myself, so it doesn't matter if that video did less, you know. So there's that. Do it. You have to expand the portfolio. See, that's the thing, LTX. Like I as much as that does exist, like the portfolio, how many machines I have, all that stuff, how many machines I review, this isn't my job. Like, this is just a hobby for me, and I want to keep it at hobby level, at least for as long as I can. And that's where it makes it interesting. If this was my full-time job, this would have been a no-brainer. That sucker's on the schedule, pack them in, you know, get paid, whatever. But it's not about that. I specifically don't want to sell my soul to anybody, you know. 100% do it. Do people think it's the same email every day? Yeah, right, exactly. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, everybody. As long as they pay for the trip and charge them for business class. Yeah, usually they just give you an amount and you kind of do whatever within that amount. Whether you go over or under, that's up to you. Giveaway isn't unlocked. It says 18 minutes. 14 minutes until open. Oh, I must have made it 9:30 by accident. That's okay. We'll just keep it at 9:30. If I go in there now, I'll spend 10 minutes changing it. But thank you for letting me know, Brian. I appreciate that. I would say do a few traveling videos, but only a few, so you don't interfere with family time. Yeah, that's right on point right there. Thank you. Hoping they release the index for Core 1 is straightforward. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? The thing about even paid tours, you can tell them about things people really want in printers, and they will respond most of the time. Yes, that is a good point. I've talked directly to manufacturers before, like, you know, one-on-one type thing, and they really do listen to feedback, or at least they try to come off like they do. I don't know where that goes after that, but I've definitely given some feedback to Creality, let's say. Me, nah, never. Appreciate that, Dave. I think, man, I'm so behind in the chat, I think. Let me see if I can just go quickly. Hey, LRE, what's going on? Unbox, cool, yep. I thought it was a good video. Thank you, Petty, I appreciate that. Factory tour can get you a million views, do it. You think? Think possible cycle frequencies, blah, blah, blah. Yep, tweak it to the preference. Yeah. I like the thread. Well, I appreciate that. Hey, you reprinted? What's going on? Yeah, you know, I try. You know, as you know, and you too as well, I'm sure, we're friends with a lot of people in this hobby that do it for a living, and they do it for money. And that's fine. They do a great job at it, a phenomenal job, and we all watch it and love it and follow them around. You know what I mean? So I think it's doable. I just don't know if I want to do that. I used to do more traveling for my hobbies, but my wife complains too many hobbies. Right. If you have any clue, I'm definitely in that boat. But mine is a travel, but the too many hobbies for sure. Tell them to put the damn switches on the front. Yes, I say that all the time. What do you think about the big price cut on the H2D once the U1 was released? I didn't know there was one. What's it at now? Also, good. Good. That's what I think. Good. Yeah, man. I'm there. I'm there with you. I'm enjoying it. Obviously, to get paid for this stuff would be amazing. And I'm not going to say that I don't get paid. Obviously, we're on YouTube, you know, getting views, that type of thing, monetizing, whatever. But different when it's like a pushing to get money type thing. Bamboo Lab is having a huge sale right now. Yeah, didn't they just, did the tariffs go away today? I think the tariffs went away today. Because there was a deal with China, right? So that'll be huge. Under 2K, nice. Good deal. I'm printing right now. I have a 26-hour print on there right now. All right, y'all. Let's get into the stream. 9:18 already. All I've been doing is yapping. But hey, I like catching up with you guys. It's been a month, so it is what it is. All right, so let's do. Well, it's not. It's I'm too late on the giveaway. Too early on the giveaway. It's okay. So let's first thank our live stream sponsors. We have two today. One is Polymaker. The way Polymaker sponsors my live streams is they do a giveaway at the end of the stream for you guys with some filament, and that is anybody, as long as they're subscribe to my YouTube channel on any platform. Actually, that reminds me, I didn't pin this to Twitch because you can't pin it. You can't pin it before you start the thing. So there you go. So that's that. I also have to remember that before we leave the stream, I do a raid on somebody else. I always forget. I need to remember that. So we'll do that as well. All right. So that's Polymaker. So the other one is PCBWay, and you guys are all really familiar with PCBWay. I actually have a project that's coming in tomorrow. I'm so excited for this package. I did have to pay tariffs on it, which might be covered, which would be really nice. But PCBWay, definitely super excited to finally have like an actual project worth sending over there. So I'm literally preaching to, I'm literally doing the thing that I'm talking about with PCBWay. So I will happily talk about them. And also, I usually do it towards the end, and I forget. So once 9:30 hits, we'll make sure that the Polymaker giveaway is up and going. We'll probably take a look at PCBWay after we take a look at the marketing for this, and then we'll go into the unboxing. All right. All right. Lambert, what's happening? Net, what's up? What's up? My Kickstarter unit's still in the box. Yeah, lack of time. I know all about it, man. Don't forget to smash the yes, please do. I'll remind you. I keep forgetting to. Yeah, it's hard to be in that zone when my main focus is YouTube, you know. I'll try to find someone to raid when time comes. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully, you know, someone in 3D printing is always nice. But if it's something somehow related at all in any way, or just something cool that you think someone would like, we'll jump to that as well. It doesn't matter to me which, you know, where we go, but it'd be nice if it was 3D print related. All right, y'all. As always, 3dprintsos.com to get some merch. I forgot that you guys can't see my screen because I haven't done this in a while. Get some merch. There's some cool shirts on here. Some hoodies. It's getting cold. Get yourself a mug. Get yourself a mat. They're cool. There's some consoles down there. I'll have some more things. I think I'm also going to be able to put some machines that I need to sell on here, as well as my Discord, but that way there's like an actual place to purchase and check out, instead of just, you know, like a transaction. You can just go on here and purchase it and that type of thing. So I'm thinking about doing that. What else? Hard on late Thursdays, yeah, of course. Yeah, he's gonna be in the door. He's going to be in the doorway, and I'm going to have this light, I believe, in the background doing this, but more red. There we go. Yeah, just kind of like a candle backlit type of situation behind him, so it should be cool. Cool light, by the way. Photolux is the brand. Is the B320S. I love this light. I use it all the time. Magnetic. You can put it on both. There's a screw on both sides to put it on the tripod. However you want to mount this thing. USB-C. Lots of different options. It's fully RGB. The one thing that is a kind of a bummer is you can't charge it fast enough to just stay on for a while. Like it'll go through its battery and turn off. I found that out by putting the light on the back of him when my family was over, and it did die after a bunch of hours, but it did take a while. So that's a bit of a bummer, but that's not what that light's for. It's for, you know, shooting video, backlighting things for photos, like that kind of thing. Anyway, we did the giveaway, right? Okay, giveaway will start at 9:30. That's my fault. Okay, so let's check out the marketing for this machine, and let's talk about it. Also, the music's so freaking loud over here. I'm like yelling. All right, this is a little better. Can you guys still hear me? Sheesh. It was so loud, I was literally yelling. Yeah, let me know if this is too quiet now. So yeah, the first true leveling-free personal resin 3D printer. That's interesting. It's also coming from a brand that was mostly larger machines and industrial-grade machines. So it's kind of interesting. This is the first, it looks like, the first Creality rebranded machine under the PioCreat? No, PioCreat. PioCreat name. Right. It is. It's their sister company. That's correct. So that's kind of interesting that they chose to do that. And it's all like together and separate. Here in this photo up here, you see this... what do they call this thing? The AFU? And they did send me that as well. I assumed that it came with the machine, but it looks like it's separate. They did also send me their resin, which you guys might find this funny. Check this out. It was opened by the government. By U.S. Customs. They opened it to check it out to make sure that this isn't any crazy wacky stuff coming from China to my house. I found that funny. That was a funny email to get. From the dental sphere, yeah, I believe that. I believe that. That's what it seems like when you first check out their machines. So, anyway, 16K is where we're at now. That's so ridiculous. It says true leveling free. I'm really excited about that. I never personally had too many issues with leveling on resin machines. I've always had issues with figuring out the settings to use. I guess that's like that on any machine, whether it's a laser or anything, really. You just have to figure that out. But it is what it is. Rise and Shine, you can't enter that way quite yet. You can enter by going to the pinned comment on top of the chat. But it will open at 9:30, and that's just my mistake. I typed in 9:30 instead of 9. All right, so what else we got? Enhanced stability and precision. Right, so from what I recall, the unique part about this machine is that the bed... Oh, right, it's not a bed. The vat that holds the resin actually goes up. So the bed itself does not move. The resin vat moves, which... backwards, sketchy, whatever you want to say, I don't know. But it's interesting, and I'm really excited to check that out. That's definitely very different. 92 light zones. I'm not too sure about that. Just not my area of expertise. 16K mono LCD, ultra high resolution. That part still kind of blows my mind to even say. So it looks like it starts at $600. 0 layer lines is what they market it as. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what else do they have in their marketing? All right, here we go. So new motion structure, right? So this is the vat itself moving up and down. This looks crazy. There's also, the bed is also like a 2-piece design, so you don't have to scrape anymore. Can we really tell the difference between 12K versus 6K? So I can actually answer that question. The answer is yes and no. So I went from an 8K machine to a 14K? I can never remember. Yeah, to a 14K machine. And you can tell, but you can't. You can tell if you like really like start to put it all up in your face and like, you know, use your deep corneas to try to figure it out. But at first glance, they both look really good. I guess you could say that about some FDM machines too. Maybe that's how I feel about the Core 1 layer lines versus the rest. The Core 1 just seems to produce incredibly smooth layer lines, and maybe that's a similar thing. But you can tell, but it's the difference is very minor. So to answer your question, it's kind of a yes and no, but I think you're fine with 12K. 12 is crazy. I think you'd be buying this for the other features, not so much that it's 16K only. All right, so this says ready in 0. Oh, no leveling needed. Start printing instantly. I mean, you don't need to level at every print. I never did. But this is literally their previous machine. Like, this is the one that I have. There's nothing wrong with it. Smart exposure, perfect prints. Okay, what is that? 92 zone intelligent exposure system extends LCD lifespan, save effort and money. Okay, that's not what I thought it meant. Intelligent exposure. The 92 zone intelligent exposure system enhances accuracy. Okay, so it's just they're just saying that there's that many zones on the 16K screen. I'm not sure what this means, to be honest. Quick release platform. So this is the other big kind of feature on this machine, is there's this thing you press and it like breaks the part, like it kind of moves like this, and because of that it pops off the print, so you no longer have to scrape. I'm really looking forward to that. Scraping is always an issue. So the screen moves with the vat. Yeah, it does. It's the positron of resin printers. Yeah. No struggle, no damage. Additional features, 16K, every detail visible. I mean, look at this print. It's ridiculous. Look at this resolution. 15,120 by 6,230. That's obscene. Less wasted usage over lifespan expectancy, maybe. I wish I knew. It has a relatively large build plate for what this thing is. 211 by 118, and then 200 on the top here. So 211 by 118. Actually, what I want to know is, can we go to here and to here? And can I see? So they have, the machine that I have is under a different name here, I think. I have the Mage Pro S16. Okay, so I don't think they brought it over here. Creality resin printer. Mage S. Okay, so this is the machine. There we go. Let's go here. Stop it. We need resin. Show me resin. Halo. Mage Pro. Nope. Mage Pro S. Nope. This is a Mage Pro, Mage S. Aha. Okay, I have this one. So I have this one. What is the resolution here? It's 14K, 150, easy press. Yep, there is a filtration system in mine. Yep. Okay. Cool. Where is the bed size? Man, it's insane. Also, this has, I gotta say, this has prettier marketing. All right, so we got 223 by 126. So it looks like this is slightly smaller. So 223 versus 211, and then 126 versus 118. So not by much, but it is a little bit smaller. And I'm assuming it has to be smaller because the vat moves. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see. Yes, the Dynex, that thing's cool. You can control the speed. Yeah, I enjoy this. This printer is fantastic. So it's going to be really interesting to see the direct comparison here. So it's going to 170 millimeters per second. And that's kind of, well, per hour, it looks like. It's kind of interesting because the other one's 150, so this should be faster. So it's moving the entire vat faster than the other one. That's going to be insane. All right, so that's pretty much it. So they're not saying anything too crazy. They're just showing the features here. It's almost like a little bit more humble than the last time. Do they support water soluble resin? They always do. That's not up to the machine. They all kind of do. You just have to You just have to tweak it a bit. I tried water soluble first way back in the day, like 7 years ago, and I did print a couple things, but I didn't like it. It wasn't as crisp after the wash, after over the regular stuff. All right, so we just took a look at the marketing, so we at least know what to expect. It is 9:30 now, so if you guys head over to the gleam.io link, yep, okay, it's up now. 2 hours left. Why is it 2 hours left? How did I mess the time up so bad? Right, because 2 hours is 11:30. All right, hold on, I'll tweak it. No, it says 11:59 p.m. Okay, never mind. Everything's fine. Okay. Anyway, if you guys go to the gleam.io link, there's one person in there. So very good chances of winning the one person. So congratulations. So if you guys are going to stick around till the end, I don't care if you leave and come back later. You have to be present, and you have to be a YouTube subscriber. I'll obviously know. And you will get yourself some filament. And I don't say a spool because sometimes if things are on sale, you can get more than one, which is really cool and very nice of Polymaker. So that's something. So that's Polymaker. Check that out. They're pinned on the chat on top there. Next, let's jump into just a real quick overview of PCBWay. They are, like I said earlier, the sponsor to live streams occasionally. Not every live stream, but sometimes. And I am logged into my account. As you can see, I'm waiting on delivery of 6 different objects. I did end up having them print my macro SOS case in different materials. I'm very excited to see what that's like. So just in general, what they do is obviously PCBs, anything related to PCBs, even populating the PCBs themselves. They also have a giant store where you can buy components to build your own. Obviously, not everybody's into PCBs, so their company name kind of gives away their main thing, but they have massive departments in CNC and 3D printing and plastic injection molding, which is incredible. It quite literally means that if you have a project that involves some kind of electronics and then the case for electronics and whatnot, they can kind of cover your entire thing. And whether you're making literally one-off parts, or if you're going like huge and going to scale, they do all of it, which is really interesting. So not only, like I said, not only that, the CNC machining, 3D metal 3D printing, resin 3D printing. So if your printer isn't going to be able to handle your project, or you don't even have a printer yet, this is definitely a place to check out. The pricing is it's almost confusing sometimes how low some of it is. I expected one-off parts to be way more expensive, which is really, really nice. This is definitely a service that I can back just because of that alone. On top of that, they also have a different section here. Always takes me like a split second to find it. Let's see. So if I go back to home, it is shared projects. So shared projects opens a whole new section here where you can put your project, for example, one-hand typing. Look at this. So if you have a really cool project that involves PCBs and maybe some 3D printing and some components, you can put the entire project onto here with the components. There we go. See, this person did this right. So it has the Arduino on here. It has the, what is this, 10 switches, the 511 4 switches. It has the keycaps, has the diodes, and everything can be purchased through here. So you can not only grab the file, do it all yourself, and follow this tutorial, but you can also have them do the whole thing. You can buy all the components right through here and have them ship it to your house. And I think that part is so underutilized. This is something that when I was at least younger and trying to like push for making my own products way more than I do now, if I had this kind of resource, yeah, I think I would have just tried more stuff, which is really cool. That might be the reason why I keep talking about this part more so than some of their other stuff. But let's check out one more. And there's also like sections you can click into and things like that. So Hiroshi over here has a DC power unit for a breadboard. So it looks like here's a breadboard, and it has this whole power unit that you can just plug it into and control it via these buttons. Massive heat sink. Okay, so it's got a little OLED screen, some buttons on there, nice little PCB, and the connector. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I like that. That's very unique. All right, let's see how they did it. So nice description. They added a photo. Here's the hardware. Touch interface, cool. Software, interesting. Safety, that's nice. Schematics for everything you need. The PCB design, they just posted the whole PCB design, no big deal. Very cool. How to order the PCB with instructions, very neat. This is really, really well done. Hiroshi, great job for posting this. Can I do a little like? Yeah. Great job, great write-up. You get your code, man. See, so because these things are on you, they're not like PCBWay doing it. This is like users doing it. I've seen plenty on here that just ignore this part. They just upload their file and it's up there and they don't care. But this level of help with the project is cool. This is really, really cool. All right, anyway, jump on PCBWay.com. Check it out. There's so much to look forward to on this thing. It's fantastic. And you can order parts for your own projects, check out other people's, all that good stuff. Thank you, PCBWay, for sponsoring the channel. Thank you, not the channel, but this live stream, as well as the channel, I guess I could say. And thank you, Polymaker, for sponsoring these live streams with some filament. Yeah, really looking forward to getting these things. Hopefully tomorrow they come in, if all goes well. All right, back to this. Hey, 3D Medic, how you doing, man? How are you? Hey, Wilmar, how you doing? All right, I think we can just jump into the unboxing, right? So, here, let's do this little one first, just to get it out of the way. I'm sure we'll be using this thing anyway. All right, all this was opened by by customs. All right, let's get you guys a better angle here. There we go. Why is this so loose? Hold on. Camera decided that it's gonna be loose now. Come on. All right. I unscrewed it. Hey, Jack Black, what's happening? What be going on? All right, so we have our lid here. Looks like it's had some resin on it, so looks like they test these things. This is, I don't know, some kind of sensors? Yeah, definitely some kind of sensor. Interesting, I don't know what that is. Some kind of metal door with a rubber grommet on the inside. So it looks like there's some assembly required. Got some more grommets. Okay. I guess we will need the quick start guide. Detector module. So that's called the detector module. One Raz, what's up? What's up? Checking out hydroforming. Nice. That sounds cool. We got some tubes. We have a USB-C connector. Is that how it communicates with the machine? Okay. Nice little unit. Looks good. It's a good looking design. All right, so we do have some tubing. Anything else in there? No. All right, so what about the cup holder part looking thing? Oh, I see. It's like that. Ah, and like this. Okay. Let's get their big one. Big bottle. Okay. So that goes in there. This goes like that. That'll go on top. Where does this go? Oh, this goes up to the machine, I'm guessing. Okay. What else do I need to know here? Doesn't really have much. Oh, there we go, this page. All right, so yeah, the USB cable does connect this to the machine. Looks like one of the tubes, one of these big old tubes goes here. Okay, like that. Yep. Oh, okay, and this goes into the machine on the vat. And then we pass through the cable, pass through this hose. Oh, it's a heater. Oh, okay, so it's not only feeding. This thing is also a heater. That makes sense. I don't know what this stuff is. I feel like this has just not enough stuff. It's a silicone mat. Yeah, but what's the silicone mat for? Silicone mat goes right here. Why? What does that do? Vertically insert suction tube into the adapter cap port. Place resin bottle into the mounting base. Tight adapter cap clockwise rotation. Press rotate the feed hose connector into the adapter cap inlet port. A and B. Okay. I have no idea. We'll figure it out as we go. There's this thing too. The sensor. Does the sensor go? Yes, okay. So the sensor goes on the vat. That's the sensing unit. And it plays together with this thing in some way, shape, or form. That'll be obvious later. It'll all just totally make sense, and there'll be no problem whatsoever later on. When Raz, I say hi. What's going on? Hey, Nico, what's happening, man? Tavarish. Cholesterol, man. What's going on? Resin heater. Yeah, I just found out that that's a resin heater. Hit the bottle. Yeah. You know what? I am going to hit the bottle. Cheers, everybody. That would be something else. That would be really cool. Because actually, that's a thing for me, is I get a little lazy and I leave the resin in there for like ever. So, Kirsty was considering using old ramps to make a rosin press. Interesting. Sounds like you're rebuilding an engine. So this thing, whatever this is, just gets pressed right here. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what this does or what that is, but okay. We're going to learn together, folks. We are going to learn together. All right, I don't know if we're going to need any more room. We should just assume that we will. That's completely in your way, huh? A little bit that way. All right, now the machine. It is heavy, like surprisingly. Also, they put tape over these handles, and I was wondering why this thing's so uncomfortable to carry. Give me the handles. Also, I think I'll need these handles to be cut around anyway, because it looks like they hold the box on. It's one of those kinds where you're not cutting the box. I don't know. I'll find out in a second. No, that's just the handle. Not what I thought. Yeah, I would need a video for that part. I bet it has a built-in return filter. It looks like that. All right, let's set this thing down. Like I said, definitely heavier than I expected this thing to be. Like I went to lift the box earlier. I've had this thing for a while. And I was just like, what? All right. Nice little box top there. Looks like we have almost feels like one of those reusable paint buckets. Okay. Maybe it's like a drip tray that goes in front of the machine or something. Power cable. And some paperwork. I recognize these parts from a dental printer. Really? Hey, Zumi, how you doing? 500, 600 is pretty cheap. The dental machine was 3,000. Yeah, I bet. And even that's cheap, technically, if you think about it. One use of that dental machine will make far, far more money than that. This thing is huge. It's way bigger than that machine. It's not even going to fit over there. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm going to have to rethink my entire resin area then. I didn't realize how big this was going to be. That's that's what I like to call a thicken. This thing's a thicken. You guys can't tell how big that is because of screens. Here. You guys know how big a soda can is, generally? That is a big mamma jamma for a resin machine. Anyway, that's much larger than the Mage S. Much larger. Of course, I spilled some water. I'm gonna need gloves in these things anyway, probably. Maybe a mixer tray? Yeah, could be. It's not that big. No, it's big. For a resin machine, this is huge. It's almost as big as the Core 1. Hold on. I got this. I have the perfect example. Oh, it's got handles. Nice. Very well packaged. Hold on, I got this. Ready? The ultimate comparison. That's like twice as big as this. It's definitely much larger than the V0. I miss the spinner. I need to buy a new motor for this because she broke. Or what I need to do is make a custom spinner with a NEMA and use an old motherboard to have it rotate constantly. Also, does this work? No. Worth a try. It was worth a try. For the size of a small FDM? No, it's big. It's so it's sitting right next to the Core 1 right now. That's the Core 1. The Core 1's obviously taller, but it's almost the same. It's almost the same width as the Core 1. It's maybe this much smaller than the Core 1, and about a fifth and a half. It's it's a really wide angle lens, so you guys can't tell. And I'm a big dude. Hey, Thorpe. Your spinner broke? Yeah, the motor ended up burning out on it. It still spins, but it's very weak now. I used a microwave motor, and that was not enough. What's the print volume? It was like 211. Oh, I had it up on the screen. Right here, 211 by 118 by 200. So pretty large. But a little bit smaller than the Halot Mage S. As in print volume, but it's different because the whole bottom, the whole vat moves. All right, nice little tape job. It does look really good. Like, it has metal hinges up here. That's nice. There's also a massive numbers, looks like, on the top. Like, massive digital numbers on the top. I don't know what that is. See how the door opens. Does it go back? Okay, it doesn't take up much space back here. Okay, maybe I will be able to fit it. I also like that it clicks and stays up there. That's nice. Emergency printing platform release. Interesting. Okay, I'll keep that on there. There's a huge like hole with a button in there. Okay. That's all metal. Let's take this stuff out. Very nice packaging. All right, here's the bed. That looks crazy. Okay. Is there anything inside of this? This is heavy. This is very, very dense foam. Definitely laser cut. Okay, there is some stuff in here. Take that out. Horse milk milker. You know what? I hope so. This is the automatic horse milk feeder and heater. I need some white resin. All right, let's see how the vat works. It's huge. Okay, very nice. Metal, not plastic here. I see a few fingertips, a few fingerprints, and I can hear myself echoing off of this. Can you guys hear that? Man, this thing must be very, very tight. It is. Very nice. I'll stick the FDM. Yeah. I'm the same way. But these definitely are cool. I really like this. Very large spout. A lot of machines don't have that for some reason. So that's very nice. Nice little handles for you to hold. This is a very thought out design right here. It has pins that guide this thing only in a specific place. There's 4 of them. Looks like the thing that holds the what are these things called? FEP screen, FEP screen, or FEP material, whatever they're called, is metal. It's not plastic, so that's really nice. The screen looks gigantic and beautiful. I'm gonna put this over it so I don't accidentally drop something. Yeah, I like that there's no other way that it can go. It can just go that way. And then lock. That's cool. Big old screen at the top. What we got here? I see some foam tucked in here. Very tightly tucked. Super dense, heavy foam. All right, what else we got in here? We have a mask. That's nice. That's the udder. I don't think they use FEP anymore. Right. What's it called now? Rise and Shine. I don't know what the name of it is. But yeah, I do remember that they changed to a different material. I remember it was an upgrade for my old machine. One of my buddies sent it to me from from Finland. All right. I like that they gave you some PPE here. That's nice. These things are always welcome. This is to pour the resin back in. You can use this little filter just in case there's chunks that fell off, so they don't go into the bottle. That's nice. We got a USB stick and a credit card for Chitu box, I'm guessing. Yeah, it says Chitu box and PioCreate. Is that what we're using for this? Because it looks like this gives you a membership to Chitu Box Pro, and you can scratch that off and redeem it. It says 3 months, so that's cool. That's nice of them. It's still film, or is that a solid? No, it's still film. PPE. Let's put it back in the bag. Yeah, burn carve. That's right. Yeah, I'm just casually putting all this stuff back in there. Of course, you get this ridiculous, over-the-top metal spatula that hopefully you don't need for this anymore. Also, be careful with these. They will cut you so badly. This is literally a knife sharp up there, so. Caveman spatula, yeah. Put that back in there. Now this spatula, this I can get behind. These plastic ones are good on these sheets. They don't scratch anything. They're nice and gentle. So if you got some scraps on there, that's good. I'll keep these. Actually, I'm gonna put these gloves back in because I have my own gloves. We got lubrication for the Z. It looks like that's already well lubricated. We do have a bunch of hardware. It says spare screws, but there is definitely a bunch of hardware. Clear snow off your drive, yeah. We have a PioCreate little thing that's all in Chinese. I can't read any of that. Quality assurance, cool. I'll put it back in there. And some basic Allen keys. Okay, so everything you need for this 3D printer is here. I'm not sure if we're going to need the USB stick, but something tells me that we will. Did I keep it out? Where'd I put it? Nope, I see it in here. Let's take that out. I'm sure we'll need it. And actually, this would be an interesting test to see. I was gonna ask if they have their own slicer, but I guess not. To see if this closes with that there. It does. Very well thought out. There's an opening at the top. I really like this hinged door. The other one is also hinged, but it moves back really far, so you have to have it away from the wall. A little bit too much for my liking, but this is good. This is a good distance. All right, let's throw that back in there. I didn't realize people still use resin printers. There's a whole world out there of people that use resin printers. A whole world out there. All right, and then the obviously really cool part is, just throw that back in there, is this. This is the other really cool part. So we have, well, this thing's definitely been tested by the looks of it. So it has these metal CNC machined levers, large levers on there, and they move and kick the prints off. So how do you hold it in place is the question, or does it automatically hold in place when you slide this on? And how do you slide it on? Oh, okay. And yeah, so it does it itself. Oh, okay, you can even do it on there. Interesting. I would have thought that you have to kind of lock this thing in place. But I guess not. Definitely a very interesting piece. And I like that both those pieces are metal. Also, it almost looks like right now it's loose, but it almost looks like there is metallic pieces that are gonna slide down to hold that bed on. That's what it looks like visually. I'm not sure if it actually will or not. But so there's that. This paint thing. Maybe this is just for you to work on. Does it cover this somehow? No, it doesn't actually fit in there. So this is just I guess a thing to put. Oh, you know what this is? This is for you to put your prints on to drain. That's what this looks like. This is just, you know, for you to work with in your work area. Cool. I like that they included that. I'll keep this out, although I don't know if it'll fit over there in my resin area. My resin printer literally collecting dust. My resin printer literally is also collecting dust. But that's the thing. I always find things I want to print. Like, for example, I have an ROG Ally, like, handheld device. And there's these really awesome buttons for it on Maker World. If we search for ROG Ally buttons. So I've been eyeing this to print on here, right here by Yes, it's Kira. She's gotten some amazing files. So yeah, I would love to print these in a transparent, right here, these XYAB buttons to replace the black ones on the thing. But also she has a ton of other stuff for the ROG Ally. For example, this is the X. For example, she has printable bumpers, both top and bottom. I love that they're flat. And then she also has this. Different D-pads, which is cool. Different joysticks, which is also cool. So I would love like a nice transparent joystick. I would love one of these magnetic Elite things from an Xbox. Right here, you print this part, and then you can attach on top your different, what are they called? D-pads. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, and obviously you can print this in FDM, but with resin, it would really be something else. Like, it would just look so good. And yeah, these concave thumb joysticks, I would just love to do that. My wife went out with her friends to go play D&D. Interesting. That's cool. That sounds fun. I've always wanted to play an actual D&D campaign. I haven't since I was like a kid, like at a camp that we used to go to. I haven't played since then. I played all kinds of little social deduction games and stuff because, you know, board gaming. But I haven't done a proper D&D campaign in years. I'd love to do it one day. It's such a nerdy thing. I love it. One of those things I don't know compelling enough. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just a different animal. That's all it is. Different animal. Some guys printing entire clear Xbox original cases. Nice. That's cool. Hopefully in that green. Xbox Slim. Nice. Yeah, there's a bunch of 3D printed. Like, there's a GameCube. B-Cuddy, if you're here. There's a lot of handheld stuff, which obviously plays a role with what I do for a hobby there for my Nintendo handhelds. I do have a bunch of builds coming up. I do have a Nintendo. I bought an SP finally. SP was my second Game Boy. I had the original Game Boy and then a silver SP. So I bought one to make an ultimate version of, which I'm really excited for. It's one of those super niche things that, like, only I guess no one really understands why, and I don't even myself sometimes. I also have a DS Lite to put into another like ultimate build, so I'm kind of excited to do all those things. They're like outside of 3D printing, but good. The mini GameCube, yes. Hey, Shrimp Father, how you doing? I wonder how the joystick would hold up with a thin neck. It wouldn't be bad because you make it 100% infill. So it'll be a solid piece of resin. Like, it'll be super strong. Well, the only thing we have left is to figure this out. So let's do that. Let me take this off so that I don't scrape something or something like that. What are these hoses? Oops, okay. That pulled out. And does this do the same thing? Okay, so this piece right here that I'm ruining. My music stopped for some reason. This piece is a piece of plastic. And I'm guessing it has something to do with this. Yeah, it's gotta. Got to. All right, let's look up those instructions again. Original gray brick to SP is a huge leap. Yes, it was. And what's funny is with the brick, I had Tetris, obviously. And then with the SP, I had Pokemon Blue. and I played that game endlessly. And that was the main thing I played on the SP. That was like one of my favorite games on there. Also a few other games, but the blue, for whatever reason, was my favorite one, even over Fire Red or Leafy Green or any of those. But I do think the Advance is the best system. It's the best overall system for the complexity of the games and the graphics all together and the nostalgia. So that's why I have a bunch of Advanced devices. You can see them over there. Just remember. Yeah, there's a Advance right there. That's the ultimate with all the things you could do to them. So I kind of want to add to that. Hey, Pico. Okay, let me try to figure this out. So this says, after removing the material tank, loosen the fastening screws of the fixed slot and disassemble the fixed slot assembly. Okay. Just so you know, I just turned this way and in a corner of my eye, I saw this person here and it scared me. And I put him there. Wild. All right, that's one. Weird that these are self-tapping screws. I would have expected a little bit more precision there, but I guess it's not needed. All right, so this is just a piece of plastic, like a really thin piece of plastic. All right, and then install the detection module bracket at the original position of the fixed slot. And if I can see this correctly, it's like this. You've got 2.0 all dressed up. Yeah, yes, I do. Yeah, he's been scaring my family. By design. All right, we got one. Hey, Kenneth. And two. What I like so far, obviously I haven't used this yet, but what I like so far is that it's different. Like, I appreciate that it's different and not just more of the same. All right, and now this thing. Where does this go? Where's the instructions at? All right, and then install the detection module onto the bracket and press it down until the buckles make a click sound. Vertically insert the feeding hose. No, first this. Okay, so this way, there's some sensors down here. Almost looks like a camera. So where does that go? Like this. Click, click. Okay. Interesting. All right, so it gets plugged in from this side. Ah, this connector I remember from the Prusa. Similar connector. Okay, click. That's on, and from this side, we do this. All right, tube is connected. Looks like there's gonna be some kind of waterfall action going on with this. So, okay, vertically insert a feeding hose and the vertically insert control cable into the, okay, got it. All right, and then inspect installation for the feeding tube. Where does that go? Oh, that goes up here, and then there's also a USB cable. Okay, so that's where the AFU goes. That's what it's called, the AFU. And the AFU, the heater, I'm guessing we can just put it on the side over here. This thing will get plugged into here. And this hose will get plugged into the back right there. And if that ever comes off, boy, will that be a mess. All right, so that's what we got there. That's ready. All right, let's put the vat back on. I, of course, have dust and all kinds of stuff I didn't think about on the table that I put this thing flat on top of. That's a mistake. That's how you get a hole in your vat. And you definitely don't want a hole in your vat. Like, ever. All right, so that little thing does interfere a bit with how to put this thing down. So there's a bit of a learning curve. It looks like I push it down this way. Yeah, okay, yep. So just have that go first. Yep, so there's going to be a little waterfall action, it looks like. Something. What is that for? What's this for? I don't know. I have questions. Did I do that correctly? It all looks correct. The little rubber part looks like it waterfalls into the correct area. All right, pretty simple. Download the PDF in Chinese, then run it through a translator, maybe? No, I mean, it's all in English so far. You would say that word, waterfall. I had that stupid song stuck in my head for like a week. Oh, there you go. Now that you mentioned it out loud, welcome to another week. Hey, ED. Everyone's having a great night. I haven't been on in a while. Yeah. It's been a month since I've been on. But yeah, so far, so good. Yeah, trying to assemble. That's true. This is true. Here, let's rotate this a bit more. Spin this guy over here. Let's get this unsightly thing out of the way. We don't need this anymore. All right, so I'm just gonna use their resin, the nearly confiscated one. It is nice that it has handles on the bottom, by the way. It has like nice handles, make it easy to move. He's very girthy, this thing. All right, then let's put this thing back here because I'm gonna need to plug this in over here. Benchy. Yeah, resin benchy. I do have a few resin benchies from way back in the day. Here's one. Here's a resin benchy. I don't remember what machine this was from, but this is really, really old. This was when there was a shortage of acetone. Oh, not acetone, of isopropyl alcohol, and I had to use acetone, which would make everything matte and give it this look right here. Non-glossy, like matte look. I have a green one too. That one was from an Anycubic machine, the tiny one, the tiny little resin machine. And this thing was like 720p, and it's still just crazy quality. This was on what was the machine called? Yeah, I think it was the Zero. I think it was called the Anycubic Zero or something like that. Like, it literally just makes a absolutely flawless benchy. It kind of looks like the actual rendering. And as you can see, once again, it was washed and cured with acetone, and it gives it this matte kind of look to it. But yeah, here you can see the steps. That's how low of a resolution this thing was. That'd be funny to look at the specs. I think it was called the Zero. So 2020, yeah. I really wanted to get my resin printer up and running again. I don't have an area to use it yet. Yeah, it'd be best like, well, see, if you put it in a garage, I guess that's why there's a heater. Also, I just realized this one does not have a filtration system. So my other one does. It has literally a filter and a whole filtration system. This has a heater in it. So this one's more performance oriented than the other one. But I am really enjoying the new addition. like the new ideas that this machine incorporates. All right, let's go. Let's pluggy. There we go. Here, let's close this. And let's boot. Oh, we got to do the peel. All right, let's see. You guys ready? And silent. It was silent. Halo. It's got to be Halo, right? It's not Halot. It's Halo, right? Gotta be. There we go. That's a better view. So appealing. I agree. Daedalus. Nice. Did it not come with a wash and cure station? No, those are separate, and I have one in the corner. Yeah, they're very separate. Yes, yeah, it was during COVID. Isopropyl was gone. Couldn't find it in my area at all. It was just nowhere. But acetone was available. It would melt my gloves. But a bit explosive. Yeah, that is something worth noting. Is it doesn't matter how much of the build plate is filled on resin machines. The speed of the print is set, so it doesn't matter if you're taking a tiny minuscule portion, or if it doesn't matter if you're printing a tiny piece like this or an entire build plate. It'll print the same exact time. Yes, the T is silent. No, it's Halot with a T. Harlot. Jack Harlow. I thought it was 720. It was 480. Nice. Yeah, see, and even that was crazy. I printed minis. I remember for Christmas one time, I printed a bunch of baby Yodas like holding a snowball, and they looked flawless. They were like, it was unbelievable to me what you could do. That was before my YouTube channel. Yeah, Anycubic Zero was my first resin machine. And then it was the VoxLab Proxima, right? Yeah, VoxLab Proxima 2K. And that was crazy. And I had that for ages. And then I got this 12K machine going from 2K to 12K. Noticeable, but not crazy. I thought it would be more of a difference. And this is even more insane. So looking forward to this. Big facts. All right, let's have a sip of this and let's go. Guys, don't forget, if you're going to be sticking around, Polymaker giveaway, jump into the chat on the very top. There's a pinned comment on Kick, on Twitch, on YouTube. Get yourself in there. Stay to the end. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel or the win won't count. How good is... Ooh, that's so good. How good is the seal around the screen? I mean, there is no seal. It does rest on that part. There is a seal on the bottom, but there's no seal. I'm assuming there's going to be some smelling. Nova 3D, Eflin 2 Mono. That sounds old. Can't get parts for it. Makes sense. That sounds old. All right, let's see what this thing says for me. Ugh. Welcome to use the Halo series of 3D printers. Please select the language and the area. Welcome to use the Halo series, huh? All right, we'll go English. Area is going to be international. Next. Very responsive screen. This uses one of those glass screens and not the TFT screen situation, which is nice. I agree to whatever it just said. That's always good to know. Don't forget the Toys for Tots giveaway. Make toys, win filament. Yes, please, guys. Head to my Discord. There's a link down in the description if you're not in there. We are doing Toys for Tots again this year. There will be filament to give away. And don't forget, we're doing it for the kids. And there is a set of instructions and kind of a path to what you should do. Recently, I think B Cuddy pinned all that to that specific chat. So if you guys need the details, they're in there. Zumi has been working for years to give as much information as possible. So please, before asking, just jump in there and use the search. The search does really well. Use the pinned comments to get some ideas, and it'll answer everything that you need for you. I usually buy these like transparent sealable bags on Amazon. They're very inexpensive. And then I just print some labels with kind of a Merry Christmas from the 3D Print SOS community thing that's also pinned. I remember I made it a couple years ago. And yeah, ours has been my local Toys for Tots location. I use the Ace Hardware store location. They're always very happy to take whatever I gave them. So, hey, Mr. Scary, what's up? You're gonna read the EULA, Shane. hold on as I read the whole EULA. Oh, that'd be hilarious. All right, let's put the password in. I love the screen. Okay, this screen is the same as the K-series machines on PioCreat3D. Very nice screen. I do wish this wasn't hard mounted like this. I do have the table set pretty high right now. It's never gonna sit this high, but I would like to see that the screen like you know, if it was on a tilt, that would be really nice. All right, so we're already there. It has a 24C icon on the top there and the Wi-Fi. Let's see what's in the settings. You got print settings, cleaning, movement, module feeding, which will have that, right? So what if I click that? Okay, it gives you the set temperature, set to 30C. Sure, we can do the heating on. And you can feed in and feed out. Okay, that's interesting. System, let's see if there is an update. I've had this thing in the box for a while. Let's go OTA. Of course there is, and it's version 1.002, so full version ahead. All right, let's do it. Optimization, user experience. Okay, let's go upgrade. Let this thing do its thing. While that's happening, let's get this resin. Okay, here's the question, guys. Should I use their resin or the resin I actually want to use? Because if there's going to be less cleanup, you already know. But this is meant for this. And the one that I want to use is my super ghetto transparent black that I made myself from an ancient resin from inland. So this is a mixture of black and transparent together. And this made the perfect black transparent resin that I really enjoyed using on my old machine. So let me know what you guys think. Should I use the one that came with it? Obviously pretty specific stuff. It's called Sea Mist Gray. Should I just use that for whatever the test prints are? Or just go right into the one that I want to use for real? Like I want to use this transparent black to print those buttons in. Let me know. What should I throw in there? Resin expires, yes. Yes, it does. But when I got that other machine and we did the live stream, I used it, and it was perfect. So, I haven't taken over the Plus 4 lately. Got the Q2 in. I've been playing with it quite a bit. Actually, I just unboxed today a brand new Chitty box, an updated new Chitty box that everyone else is going to be getting instead of the slightly broken versions that everyone got. So I'll be testing it tomorrow. I'm really excited. So it is dual feed. Yeah. Yep. Use what you have open. Well, look at it. Customs open this. Customs open this, so they're all open. I would not as a first print. I would add some of theirs to freshen up. Yeah. Compare viscosity. I'll open it in a sec. I just don't want to. I really don't like the smell. If you want the experience in untainted but possibly bad resin, yeah. See, this is why I'm asking. That's what I'm thinking. I've heard of people using years-old resin and it still works fine. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely used this specifically and it was perfectly fine. Maybe last year, and this is from my very first printer. So, you know what? We'll do it right. I think I'm gonna use theirs just because this has some questions and probably needs some tuning, whereas this came with the machine. So we should probably use that. Also, I just noticed that this is still on 0%. Downloading the installation package. Please do not shut down. I can cancel the download. Let's do this. Is there support? Usually there's like a support button. Software. Hey, look at that. PioCreat slicer, which I guess I need. PioCreat box. Halot box. Halot box is what I was using. Compatible with PioCreat Halot. Okay, cool. What's this? Supports custom software logos and models. Software compatible with Fuse. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I do have the right one. I have the Halot box installed. All right, that's not what I need. I need firmware. Go back. Is there? Okay, I guess not. Let's find. Here's tutorials. Content becomes seller. Didn't see anything under software. User manuals. Is there product catalog? No. User guide, video tutorials? No. Is there search somewhere? About? No. All right, let's use good old search. Halot X1 firmware. Timing may be different, yeah. A kilo red filament that became their printers, yeah. I mean, I love that red stuff. That stuff was cool. Halot series firmware download. That's on Creality. Here it is, yeah. All right, this was the one, right? Yeah, 1.002.27. Yeah, 2.27, this thing. So I need this. Download that. Where'd that go? And does this open or... I don't think I need to extract this. I think you just put the zip on there, maybe. Hard to say. All right, we'll do the zip first and figure it out that way. Okay, so let's take this USB stick and I'm gonna click cancel download. Yes, because apparently that's not working at the moment. So let's throw this on there. There we go. And we got it. No name. And let's throw this file right on the drive. Of course, these USB sticks are just the slowest things possible. Okay, it's on there, and let's make sure that we remove the Mac files by using, using this. No, why do I keep opening that? This, clean and eject. There we go. And that ejected. Okay. Let's go. About to find out, yeah. What's the Prusa on the left of the screen? Oh, this? The Core 1? I've been really enjoying the Core 1. All right, let's go. System settings, update, local upgrade. USB flash stick has no firmware installation package. Please check. All right, so it does need to be done that way. Okay, no problem. No problem. No name. Let's move that to the trash. And I will take these two things, put them right on the folder. There we go. All right, let's do it again. Clean and eject. Okay. And is there any attempt to no fume mitigation? No, nothing. Not on this machine. Like I said, my previous one, the Halot Mage S, has an entire filtration system. This doesn't have anything. All right, settings. This update local. Flash disk has no firmware installation package. How else would I do it? Okay, it's one of those where it probably has to go into a folder called firmware or something. Right? Isn't that how usually it is? It's usually like lowercase firmware. Let me go back to where this was. Is there instructions here? No. They misspelled Harlow. I think it's Halo. You know? Does it work with Creality Print? No, it has its own thing called the Mage something. Hold on. Called. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, I'll tell you. It is called Halo Box. And actually, let me try to open it real quick to see if there's some kind of thing. I wonder if we have to. Yeah, we'll just put it in a thing called firmware. Here, I'll do it now. So, I think it might even be this that just needs to be in a folder called firmware. That's typically how they're done. Let's see. Or it's one of those things where the machine needs to be rebooted, and we've just been wasting our time this entire time. Okay, this firmware open. That's good. Let me see if I can find the machine. Add. Very slow scroll. Also, this app I don't think has been updated in forever. So no, the X one's not on here. And that might be because this is just a really old version. You know what? Let's do this. Why is this like this? Why did it go full screen? I don't like that. Wait. Is it there? Whoops. Come on. Prepare, view. No. Quit. Let's go back in here. Halot box. Is it in the root of the USB? Reboot the machine. Yes, it is in the it is. Here's what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna do all of them. I'm gonna do the whole here. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna move firmware on here. And then also on top of that, I'm gonna put all this stuff onto the root. So it has no option. It has no option but to work. I'd like to get back into resin. The fumes are crazy. I moved the PA and NC. Maybe I could have a set up in my garage now. So you could always get a really inexpensive filtration, like air filtration for your room. Like I have one right next to me over here. I'm actually going to put it on high because I'm just getting hot. Let me lean it towards me too. And you can easily run one of these things next to wherever your resin machines are, and it will handle a lot of these type of smells. That's that. Let's do some UV. There we go. Now I'm getting some air. A fan and an open door. You know, maybe. While that's happening, let's try the OTA again. It is on Wi-Fi. I'm not sure why it's not downloading this package. Yeah, it just doesn't want to. Is there something else that I can do? Like update. There's more. Reset. There's a reset button. Print. Oh, there's no models to print either. So that's kind of fun. There's no like test print. I don't mind the headaches and loss of smell. Yeah, I used to get headaches legitimately. When I actually had a client one time that required some resin prints ages ago. And I remember it was like a week straight of resin printing. It was pretty brutal. I just chose not to be down here. But that was also before I had a filtration system. Or any kind of filtration at all, you know? Yeah, they are messy. You have to wear gloves, PPE. There is a smell. I don't know. They aren't for everybody. That's for sure. Is this thing full? Is this hard drive full? A hard drive. USB or what? Did it overheat? What's going on? Why is it not moving? Let's see. Available 14 gigs. Nope. Should be plenty of space. These things are just really, really notoriously slow. Here, I'm going to stop it. Did it actually copy anything? No. Okay, so the whole thing is just jammed up. Let's try again. This. Gonna resume. Go. It's just trying to copy 114 megabytes. It's really not that crazy. All right, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna stop this as well. Wow, this makes it feel ancient, doesn't it? Move this to trash. Let's eject it. And then I'll replug it in. It's actually USB 2, it looks like. All right, come back. Now let's try again. All right, while this is happening, let's find the updated Halot box. Windows, Mac, Apple chip. Yep, we need this one. And then let's go back to Maker World. And let's find those buttons. RGLI. DeathCube, thanks for subbing to the channel. Really cool name. All right. The back buttons I definitely want to print for this thing. All right, let's be a little bit more specific. D-pad? Swappable thumbsticks. That would be cool. LIX, Xbox One Elite controller. Right. Yep. Put the magnets in there. Yes. I mean, that could be FDM'd. So they're the same, essentially. This just has friction fit. But... oh, look at that. They put magnets in there on both of them. I would like a little bit more tension on the thumbsticks, to be honest. They're a little wobbly on that thing. All right, let's go to collections, RG Ally. Don't need that, don't need that. Might do this, that's kind of cool. Plus style instead of the big old thing. Oh, I love the split. Ooh, I might do the PlayStation split. But first, we need buttons. So let's grab these. Xbox. We want Xbox. Download. You can only download it to 5 models. Oh. Right. Logging in on here is always wacky. Here, let me move this off screen. Let's see if I can log in right quick. By the way, guys, while I'm doing all this, don't forget you can jump in and join these 35 other folks with the Polymaker giveaway in the pinned comment on the chat, top of the chat. All right, download STL, Xbox. There we go. All right, so we have those downloaded somewhere. Where'd they go? Okay, they're on the homepage. Okay. All right, so now several things to check. Did this... okay, all right, that's on the USB. So let's eject it. So this has the file en route, the file unzipped en route, and it has a firmware folder with all of those things in there as well. So this is the only other way that I know how to do it. Like, can there even be other ways? So first, let's just try it like this. Update, local. Yep, I found it on there. So whichever way, one of those things ended up working, which is hilarious. All right, next. Upgrade. Let's go. All right, it's going. Better going to end up looking like his twin back there after printing resin. That's pretty good. The printer has to be restarted. It looks like it's going fine now, so it's all good. Stop reminding him I need some filament. Yeah, you know, just instead of doing it back and forth, might as well just try all of them. All right, the other thing while that's happening is let's install the Halo box. Yep. And yep, so that's going. Was that copies? We can delete that. Okay. Man, that Basil Hayden's always delicious. The rye. All right, it's doing some install things. We got the good old Windows XP blue screen. It is moving though. There we go. Halo. Did the Halo box install? Apps. Halo. I have 2 of them now. Why? Finder, applications. Yeah, there's 2 of them now. Which one is the new one? June 2025, March 2006. All right, so the lowercase Halo box stays. This can go bye-bye. All right, let's open it. And actually, I need to open this. Go to 3D printers. Where is it? Where is it? 3D printing. And drop this in here. Delete that one. Cool. All right. It's the old. Yeah, we just remove it. Actually, you know what? We're gonna keep all these old files because I don't know if they transfer. Okay, and here is the newer one. It also tried to open full screen. Creality, why you do that? I don't want this to open full screen. So let's see. It did connect to my previous machines that I had on here, so that's cool. So let's add a new one. Yep, and the Halo X one is on here. It's definitely chonky. It's definitely bigger than the other machine by a lot. As far as externally. All right, let's go add. Whoa! Did you guys see that? That's neat. It has the whole 3D file on there for the VAT. That's cool. I like that. Hey, thank you so much for that $2 donation, Zumi, for a fresh bottle of horse milk. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I could use a fresh bottle, to be honest. Cheers. Thank you. Yeah, so in the box, as you saw, there's 3 months to Chitty Box Pro. All right, so the reason why I like this is because usually it has everything predetermined already. Okay, it says FPGA update. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, looks like it restarted one more time. Halloween prints wiped me out. Just bagged a bunch of candy to give out tomorrow. Print Toys for Tots. I'm a little late to the game. I just for reference, I haven't started the print Toys for Tots stuff too. I will definitely dedicate at least a day or two of all my printers printing. But I just don't have the time right now. I wish I did, but like I said, I'll definitely contribute. But and that's the beauty. Like the way that we're doing it is every single print, each toy that you donate is one entry. So you could win by printing 1, 5, 10. You don't have to print hundreds. You print hundreds if you want to, be kind. And also, don't print it to filament. Print it for the kids. AFU update firmware available? Update? Yeah, definitely. Updating the AFU. Cool. AFU 2. Missed them a week. I don't know if you're talking about me. No. I haven't streamed for a month. Nice. Hope he's okay. Who did I miss? You guys talk about. Oh, D with 3D. Print the pumpkin for Halloween. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Print the gold ticket for Chocolate Factory. Nice. I like that. We were talking about D-Wit. Yeah. Yep. Never had Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden Dark Rye is the best one by a landslide. I've tried them all, even the 10-year. I keep coming back to the Dark Rye. It's just so easy. It's not overpowering. It's good. All right, it's all updated. Okay. All right, cool. And now we have a little icon on the top that looks like it says Creality Cloud. Can I click that? No. Okay. System settings. Printer maintenance. That's a new button. Printer tips. Nah. Creality Cloud button. Scan it to bind. I will, because I actually think it's very useful to be able to see what it's doing. So let's go to Workbench. Add a plus. Scan that. Let's rename it. Halo X1. Finish. Cool. It looks like you can hook up a camera to it. Right, there's a USB on the back. You could totally put that on there. Oh, look, and it's saying on here that it shows my username and ID, and it actually says sharing members. So you can actually share the preview to it. Kind of interesting. Cool. All right, that's nice. Yeah, I love the screen. The screen is really good. Model library. There's a new button for model library that wasn't on there before. I clicked it twice by accident. Let's hit it one time. Cool, so that's new as well. So it's actually going online and getting some files. These are ridiculous. Official model. Is that a button? No way these are official. Malphite Master Arena Night Test. Those can't be real, can they? They look too complex. Well, I'm not gonna print any of those. All right, let's do this. Let's just print my buttons and see how they turn out. First, we'll use their filament. We'll use their resin as a test. Hopefully I'll be able to like select it in there. And we'll go from there. And then I can swap it out for whatever and just hit reprint. All right, the one thing that seems really interesting. Someone behind you, yeah. Is doing this part. This part is also new. All right, so let's see. Okay. I should probably have gloves on. Woo! Just smell the poison. All right, let's get this out here just a little bit. Let's get the bottle onto here. Looks like I have to take this part off. Put this on like that. Oh, I guess that's why this thing slides out, huh? So you can easily put this on first. Yep, like that. Okay, and then put this down and spin it on there. Okay, so our resin is installed. Let's put that back. Okay, let's do this crazy part. Actually, I think we can open this for this. Settings, auto feed unit, heating, why not? And can we pick how much? Yeah, so do not place anything on the tray. Click calibrate. I'm nervous. What's this calibrate do? Does anyone know anything about these? So it says that it is, oh, okay, it's weighing the bottle actually. So it says that it's 1,020 grams. I'm gonna hit calibrate. I don't know what that does. Oh, it goes to 0. It's at 0 for some reason. Oh, do not place anything on the tray. Hit calibrate. 0. And then we put this down. Yeah, okay. There we go. There we go. Just under 10, so 950 grams. We'll do complete. Okay, cool. So there's 950 grams of resin. That's neat. And then the heating temperature is 30 C. I guess that's fine. I don't really know. And we're going to hit feed in. Please confirm detection module installed on VAT. Yes. Resin level below the max line. There's none. Hit continue. And it started to pump and crashed. So let's double check if I plugged everything in correctly. USB cable. Yes. Seems correct. Do I have to plug it into the top or something? I don't know. It seemed like it started and then immediately turned off. All right, let's try that again. Settings, auto feed, feed in. Yep, continue. Yeah, it starts to pump and dies and restarts. Sick. Maybe the hood needs to be closed? I don't know. Hey, Projects in That Garage, what's going on? How did you get the multi-world to work with no backer? Multi-board with no backer. So what you're seeing behind here, I made these. They're on my. Are they on my Maker World? I don't know where they are. I made a whole video on it though. They hold on to the corners of the shelf and kind of plug in from both sides and hold all my stuff. Hopefully that's what you were asking about, multi-board. Probably weighs the bottom 0. Yes. Maybe the hood needs to be, yeah, okay, saw that. Washing machine does that stuff. The tube's all the way at the bottom. I doubt it. Could be, I don't know. Could be. All right, this does have resin everywhere, so let me grab some gloves. We need some gloves and some paper towels. My favorite rye is Michter. Nice. I'll have to check that out too. Huge fan of rye. Yeah, Maker Board have to look that up. Yeah, definitely. I don't remember off the top of my head where I posted it, but I have a YouTube video on it, and you'll see it in the thumbnail. Okay, so let's try this again with this thing slightly up, just in case that tube is too tight or something along those lines. Auto feed. Whoops, 2000. I was holding it down. Feed in. Continue. No, so that can't be it. So it doesn't have anything to do with the amount of tube related stuff. It's got to be something else. All right, what else can we troubleshoot here? Let's try. And it did a firmware update. The tubes seem to be in pretty good. No nonsense there. This tube on, this thing plugged in. Maybe you should have tried it before. Yeah, maybe. Let's try without heating. Feed in. Below the line, yes, yes. Okay, it's going. So it had something to do with heating. I'm gonna close this just in case. Yeah, I do feel it pooling from the bottle. I don't see anything yet. So it's something to do with the heating. All right, I see it pooling there. All right, there we go. It's pouring into the vat. Is it supposed to pour right there? Is this not flat? Okay, so apparently my table is not flat. I don't know what I can put under there. Give it a little bit more angle. What can I put under here? Maybe... Let's see. What? Oh, don't I have another one of those scrapers? I do. Right here. We're going to be scraping. There we go. That should be a little bit more level. So how long does this take? This is going to take a while. And how much is it going to pour in there? I have questions. Is this, I mean, it's still going, right? It's just dripping real slow. Still going? Yep, still pumping. And if I attempt to undo this, what happens then? Just to make sure that it's not due to the tube being pressed all the way to the bottom. Nope, that's not it. So it has put in about 100 grams so far. And then feed out. How would it feed out? You can't drain this. I guess I just don't, I have no idea. Like what, how would it, do you put that tube into there and then feed out? I don't know. I have questions. If it overflows, it's too much. That's pretty good. Does it have a door switch? That's a good question. I'm assuming it has large hinges at the top. Maybe it could be there. Yeah, you gotta wear them gloves. Need a lab coat. Yes, Rob. It's overloading the machine. Heating and pumping, I guess. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Okay, so it looks like it stopped pumping now. Nope, still going. There it goes. It's getting a second wind of pumping. Why would you do this? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's stopped now. Yes, I can confirm that there's nothing pumping anymore. I don't know. Something's wacky with the pump. So 150 grams has been pumped. Does it prevent bubbles? I'm not sure. Maybe the pump is just to keep it full while printing? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we need some more into 3 clones. Okay, so it's not pumping anymore. It's still showing the same things. I don't know. I'm gonna hit stop. Should I try feed out, whatever that means? What's feed out mean? Resin bottle near saturation. Retraction stopped. Resin bottle near saturation. Retraction stopped. Continue resin retraction. I don't know what that means. I'm just not going to mess with it. I don't know what that means. Let's just go old school and freaking pour it in here. Yep, it does smell like resin. So, all right, so how do we do this easy now? So let's undo this. Like that. I'd really love to know how the other portion of this works. Right? Because there should be the other way. How would it go the other way? Because if it pours out of this thing, do you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. All right, let's get this out of there. And let's just pour some in. I did shake this up earlier. Just to cover the corners. Don't need a lot for this. Okay. Put this back. Okay. All right, we'll close this. And now let's go to 150 pumped, 120 grams in the pipe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do know that that thing's optional, but I'm not sure what's going on. I would have expected it to work. And I'm not sure if it's not working. Like, is that working? Is that normal? I don't know. I got nothing to compare it against. What I do know is I want these buttons. And one thing that I do want to know is if I rotate these, where's rotation? Rotate. If I rotate these, okay, what? Okay, all right. I want to rotate. What's on the bottom? Okay, so we can just print them like this. You know, undo. We'll print them flat on there. And placing them is interesting because these, like, you know, the grid thing. How do we place it so they pop off? Okay, like this. Like, got to do it so that they kind of... Oh, well, you know what? The problem with this is if I'm going to print this in transparent resin, I want these buttons to be I don't want them to have what are they called? I don't want them to have little breaks in them because you'll see it. So here's the thing. Can I break these apart in some way, shape, or form? I don't want to lift them off the build plate. Layout, clone, no, none of this. What's this? Model library, resin, support position. All right, I guess it doesn't matter for a test, but for when I print this for real, I would want those to be perfect because, like I said, they'll be transparent and you'll be able to see the lines. And I don't think there's a place I could put here. Oh, maybe right here. There we go. Right there. I found a spot. Yes, it will be harder to take off, but I don't care about that. At least for this. You know what? While, I mean, this seems like such a small thing to print. Let's go back to here. And let's go to her ROGLI. Let's do the printable joysticks. I don't know why there's two. Oh, these are longer, these are shorter or something? Printable, these are long, and stock options for concave and domed. Personally, I would add covers, tops for more grip, resin for best results. All right, let's download. I want. Look at this. That's funny. We'll just do the stock. Let's do this one. And then while we're at it, let's do this guy. The D-pad. Hole guard and D-pad plus. Boom. Boom. All right, let's try this for actual real life test of things that I would be printing on this. Let's throw this on there. All right, and this we need to clone. How do I clone? Clone. Oh, clone one. Yep, clone. Okay. This should be rotated. I don't want it printing downward. So this needs to be this. Gotta get used to this whole control and system situation. Can I hold shift for it to be flat? No. How do they expect you to get this flat? I guess with resin, this doesn't have to be flat, but come on. Come on. Oh, I can just do this. 180. Oh, come on. Reset. 180. There we go. And then this is fine like that. Okay, so can I only select these and only auto layout those? Recommended? No, just quick. Okay, cool. All right, I'm cool with this. This seems good. You know what I'm gonna do? Shouldn't have let this thing rotate it. We need to do the same thing I did with the other stuff. It needs to be even, or else you'll be able to see. I didn't think about that. Let's put that one here. This can go where it was, right here. Rotate this just a bit. This is OCD. You don't have to do any of this. It's good to realize it sometimes. All right, that's what we're doing. Are you supposed to unclip the resin outlet onto the vat? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm like scared to touch it. I'm gonna have to watch a video. That's how I can pump the resin also. Yeah, like there's a hole right there on the vat, so I'm guessing I'm moving that pump onto there or something like that. I have no clue. I don't know. I'm in for it though, because it's on my desk right here. So, all right. So from what I remember with this, once you have this, okay, this is next. Let's try hitting next. Default. It's all in Chinese. That's good. Layer thickness 0.05. Yep, that's fine. What happened? Regs, we need to do supports because this is in the air. Okay, resin. What was this? Oh, this is just selecting the machine. Okay. Oh, I have to do it again. All right, next. Now we're on supports. Auto support. What do I do? Everything's grayed out. Everything's grayed out. Column support, edit. Edit? Okay, here we go. Oh. Alright, just doing it. Sorry guys, I could have given you this view. Okay, that's obscene. This is unnecessary. This is very, very unnecessary. Column support light. All. Okay. I'm down to try this. How in the world would it ever do this part? There's no way. There's no way. I'd rather that be on the build plate. 4:21 a.m. Hey. Thank you for being here, Maker. I know you're busy doing all kinds of stuff. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. Well, hopefully it moves with everything. So we're gonna find out real soon. Man, okay. Contrast shape, contact depth, advanced. Yep, I have a lot to learn. I don't remember any of this stuff. Add base, bottom. Base, I can do skate or none. Skate's fine. 1 millimeter thick, that's fine. It's not so much that, it's there probably needs to be more of these things. I can really smell the resin now. I don't think this is gonna succeed. I don't think those buttons will work. I don't think that's enough. kind of want to hit this button. Yeah, like, I don't think that's enough. Maybe we'll just do this. Put a couple more on here. Some on these little wings. From what I remember previously, is there wasn't actually ever an issue with this. Like, it was very rare that these things failed like that. But I'm just still a noob. I don't remember. And it seems like it's an easy thing to add to do. I remember like suction is a thing. Oops, I put one right there. They don't want to do that. Is there an undo? No. Delete this one. Okay, that worked. I'll put one on these corners. All right, we're just gonna YOLO it and see what happens. Completed. Yep, cool. Let's go next. Position. No, this is all fine. I'm cool with this. Next is export. I'm just gonna hit send to printer. Send to printer. Yep, sees it on my network. I'm gonna select it. Let's go. Did it say how long it's gonna take and all that? Oh yeah, right here, right? Size, project, no. So there's nothing has told me how long this is gonna take yet. Definitely a learning experience. Do it again later. Hey, Mike, how are you? All right, so it is sending. So at least all this part's working. I'm gonna hit OK. Sending again. What's going on here? Oh, just like I have to go here. Oh yeah, okay. So it sent it to the machine this way. It didn't like start it. All right, it's all on there. What's print control? Oh, we got adaptive mode, automatic feeding, heating. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. I don't know what adaptive mode is. Without reading up on this stuff, I don't know. So it gives you the initial exposure, the bottom layer, the exposure time, all the things. All of the settings are here. Interesting. So this says it's going to take 1:25. So let's just start it. No need to wait. Start. Auto feeding not enabled. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want it to be. Don't need it. Just go. So it didn't ask me to do anything else. Okay, so it did clamp the top of the build plate. Remember that was a concern that you could still move it. The things moved down and clamped it. The whole thing is moving. That's cool. I wonder how this works. Slowed down for the top. All right, we got submersion. So this thing doesn't need leveling. How in the heck does that work? And it looks like I can turn on auto feeding and heating at any time. Like those buttons are available at any given moment. So it says there's 378 layers that it's going to use. And usually the bottom ones they take the longest. The bottom of this thing says, please do not place any items. Good time to see if this thing has any kind of door-related things. I don't think it should. Usually these things can print like this. As long as, you know, it's up to you for the smell. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. All right, so it looks like we're on the way. We are now on layer 1. We're past layer 1. I remember there's all kinds of special settings you can do, like zoom was a thing where you could have it go really fast up and down. Obviously, you can't with a vat. But on the other machines, you could have it go super fast up and down. All kinds of stuff. Mike C, they have a sister company now where they're slowly moving everything to PioCreat. So it is Creality. Does anyone know of a company out there is making kid-friendly resins? No, I don't think so. I think you'll just have to make sure they use PPE. 11's pretty capable. My daughter just turned 10. I would trust her with it. She'd be careful if I told her that it's dangerous. From what I understand, there's no resins that are human-friendly. That's true. Well, so far, it's doing its thing. Oh, I think I kind of see how it would level. So there are these metal wings that touch the vat on both sides. So it kind of hits them all and kind of probably levels against them. Interesting. I don't know, I'm guessing, but I can see them having like a stopper. Well, one cool thing is it's silent. There is no noise whatsoever. So that's kind of cool. Well, this isn't going to be an exciting one. There's nothing to see moving or doing anything. The vat just kind of moves up and down here and there. So you guys will have to tune in to when I finish this thing. I'll do a little short or something. And I definitely want to print it in a clear, transparent resin. That's for sure. So that's something I'll be working on for this as a little side project. I think what I'm going to do, guys, I think I'm going to cut it short. I think I'm going to tweak the end of this. Better turn on all the filtration. I did. I turned on both of my filtration units on high. I can smell it. I don't miss it. That's for sure. I've been able to record printing on all my FFF machines, but resin printers are another story. Mad Scientist, there's a bunch of little add-ons that you can do to have them print. Also, this one I noticed has a camera option. So I wonder if you can just USB it, and then every layer will just take a photo. You can have these things open. Like, this is just for you, for splash protection and stuff, so. Shortcut. Let me see if I can end it at, like, 11:45. Let's see if this thing will let me edit the contest. Oh, yeah, okay. 11:45. Nope. It won't let me, will it? Here we go. 45. Yep. And update. Should be plenty of time for everyone to catch back up. There we go. 12 minutes left. Cool. 46 people in there. Sorry, the ads kicked on literally as you started responding to me. It's all good. What were we talking about? Mad Scientist. Let me scroll up a bit. Or was it just be right here? Oh, yeah. So I remember there's like a USB thing you can plug in so it knows when it's switching layers, and then they can take a photo. But I think this actually has a USB camera setting because I saw it on there. Looks like only raids I can see is Maker Deck or Donut. Oh yeah, Donut King. I remember that guy. Let's do Donut King, just because it's a more dynamic thing to watch. So we'll do Donut King at some point also. But I'll do the giveaway first. We'll finish up. And what the heck is this? What is this I see? Uh-oh. Well, that would explain that would explain why it stopped pumping. Oh boy. Gloves go back on, huh? All right, so maybe my what's this thing called? AFU? Maybe my AFU unit's no good. Taking a leak. Oh boy. That would explain why I was having issues. Man, I don't want to deal with that. Oh yeah, it's back here too. Ugh. Oh yeah, there's plenty of resin to go around. What the heck? Okay, so it seems that my unit here has some kind of internal leak. For what it's worth, these tubes are in there pretty good. I'm not sure why there's a leak. I don't see anything external. It doesn't come apart really easily. But there we go. Looks like we have an issue. And I'm very happy that I just saw that. I saw this super shiny thing over there in the camera. No resin? No resin. Wow. Well, that's that explains everything. So okay, so I'll have to shoot them an email. Maybe that's also why it stopped too. Bummer, because that's actually a really great feature, both the heating part and the fact that it would pour out and pour in. Trying to kill the Prusa, yeah. It's a FU unit. Oh, great. Welded shut, oh no. Yeah, place AFU in a tub. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still just as bad. We just don't know yet. But yeah, learning is fun. That's true. Core 1 getting exposed. Something came apart inside. I was just pumping it inside, possibly. That's going to be fun to repair. Yeah, I guarantee you there's some wackiness inside. This thing's on layer 30 already. It's cruising. What can I adjust? Light off tray, initial exposure time, resin height. Interesting. Oh, so how much resin to keep in the vat? Okay, cool. I'm not going to mess with any of that, though. I can pause, stop. I can feed, automatic feeding, and feed heating. All right. So this is Well, at least I caught it. At least it didn't get on my table or anything. It's on this rubber thing. That's no problem. Yeah, all right. Well, when this print is done, I'm going to have to... Oh, yeah. You know what's funny is now that I can see it in, like, underneath of that part is even full right there. Like, even that part's full of resin. So this thing is full of resin. Does it come apart easily? I don't see any external... No, even the bottom is sealed, and it's not wet down there. So it's leaking. It's actually leaking from where that little door opens in the front, where the crease is, right there. Let me get this out. It's leaking from right here, that crease. Man. I also like that there's a weight, like the scale tells you how much resin is left in there. This thing's very useful. It's worth having or fixing. Bummer. Huh. Throw it in the trash. Possibly a hole in the hose, yeah. That's where the pump is? Okay, so I definitely have a leak somewhere there. Congrats, you get first dibs on YouTube content. Lost sound. Oh, can you guys still hear me? Can you guys hear me? It looks okay on my end. Loud and clear? Okay. By the way, 4 minutes left in the giveaway. You know, this could happen on anything. You know, I do agree that resin is just more messy than FDM. There's nothing against it. Even resin manufacturers will tell you that. Whatever that problem is, I've had plenty of machines that I've unboxed on this channel that have had problems that are FDM machines. So that's definitely not a you know, that's just a thing. It happens. Speaking of that, do I have my printer list updated with this machine? I wonder if I put PioCreat on here. I have not yet. So let's do that. So this goes below. This is a PioCreat Halot X1. Unless I put it under Creality. Let's see. Nope, I did not. All right, PioCreat, and this thing is a SLA. Not SLA. Why do I have it labeled that? LCD. All right, so that means I've had 82 machines on the channel. Let's go to sell. Let's make this red. Oops. No, not the border, the fill. Color fill and red. Yeah, so I've had 82 machines on the channel, and I definitely have a few more coming in shortly here. Did YouTube fix the chat names again? I'm not sure. I have I don't even see the YouTube chat because I have a mix between Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Yeah, I'm thinking it's one of those. You know, Tulsa, I always said this, and I still kind of do. But at the end of the day, when you pull off a successful print, and it's like a big major one, it's epic. 2 minutes left, by the way, guys. I'll show you a perfect example of this exact thing. Here, let's go here. Let's go to instagram.com/3dprintsos. I haven't posted on Instagram in a while. Oh, come on. To see an Instagram page, I need to log in. Seriously? Ugh. God, Meta, what are you doing? Alright, hold on. I need my fingerprint, so bye-bye glove. Instagram. Alright, let's do it. Okay. 3D print SOS. Paste my password. Now it's taking ages to log in. Now it's sending stuff to my phone. Come on. This is too much for an Instagram page. 06733. Trust this computer. All right, wait it out. Sure, save this info. Come on, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back. All right, what I wanted to show you. If we go back. There we go. We got Voron. Vox Lab days. If we go back. The focus. All right, we got some Diablo runes. It's here somewhere. Here we go. We got, that was a client of mine. That was cool. That was resin. I got to bring the camera gun back at some point. Here we go. Now we're in resin mode. Here it is. This right here is what I want to show you. Now you can see the 0 in the background and the Vox Lab machine. Hold on, there's more, right? Yeah. Pulling this print off of the machine was insane. Like, it was so freaking cool. K2 Plus, right? Yep, it does. Yeah, so this is what it looked like. Printed it on an angle. And it just looked so amazing. It blew my mind. And here it is after it was cured. And I remember this was a really specific moment for me of realization that, yeah, it's dirty, and yeah, it's messy, and yeah, you could have a leak. But if you're pulling off prints like this, there is texture on his jeans. And this was the 2K machine. 2K? No, 12, right? 12K? 12K. No, it was the Proxima, the 2K. Insane. I mean, you could see the individual bullet holes in his neck. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe it. This was the first time I did like a detailed print like that. Because here's what I was doing before. This was on the little 0. I printed a bunch of those as gifts. This was a cool, what's it called? Keycap for my custom keyboard build. Here was me testing isopropyl versus acetone, and it'd make it all matte and kind of non-glossy anymore. Oh yeah, here's that. Here's that. Here's my do-it-yourself light station for the 0. A little cover with my logo on it. Good times. Oh yeah, here's the Fep sheet situation. Mephine, some, I don't remember what the thing's called. It's some different material. Let's see. Yeah, then we did a clear ghost ship. Look at that. Freaking ridiculous. Yeah, I ruined that one with acetone. It went real gold. This was a gift for a buddy of mine. I printed a huge one and a tiny one. He likes these little tardigrade things. I mean, that's incredible. It looks insane. Do you find that high-resolution printers really have that much more detail? So it's just more and more transparent. Like, it's more and more clear. So the camera's not on me anymore. Camera. Yeah, it does. Like, I remember this was really impressive, and I remember going to the 12K, and it was even more impressive. It wasn't like a huge leap or anything, but it's noticeable. Especially when you pick it up and really look at it. Resin's amazing quality. I have lung issues. Yeah, see? Yeah, if it's one of those and you can't get air moving in the room, it's probably not going to be worth it for you. Just being honest. Oh yeah, this was the ring project. I designed this ring for this company, Defiant Army, and then I printed a bunch for their photo shoot that they were having. Yeah, pretty neat stuff. And you can kind of see the layers here. Like, you can see the little lines. So yeah, I mean, if you just had a really high resolution, it'd be something else. What are they up to nowadays? Yeah, still at it. Nice guy, by the way. Definitely a specific style. Oh yeah, he was also making these really. So he does like these handmade jackets, but he also does a bunch of these like gun props inside of like themed cases for walls. I remember he was doing this like Louis Vuitton Mac 11. Oh yeah, like this was his thing. Like, he makes these like boxes. What are they called? Shadow boxes with themed guns. Oh yeah. There we go. Like, he does a bunch of these type of things. Defiant Army. Yeah, and then these are the jackets from Italy, and they're all handmade by the guy. And you too could look like this. Bad translation? I mean, you know, I can't pull this off, but I'm sure some people can. Anyway, beside the point. Resin's cool sometimes. Don't forget to raid. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Are we done? Are we done? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do this. All right. Box Lab even around anymore? No, they got absorbed back into FlashForge. Appreciate that, Dave. All right. Let's see how many people ended up entering. 48 people. All right, everybody. Good luck. Let's go ahead and pull a winner. Where we at? Where we at? Winners. Draw winner. Remember, you have to be present to win. And you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. All right, we have one. Announce winners in widget. Announce with avatar. Announce. Congratulations to 1R. 1R, 1R. I believe that could be 1Raz. Is that it? Is that 1Raz? And if so, congratulations on your second win. Because you definitely won before. I've seen you up here just a few minutes ago. Let us know in the chat if you're still here, 1Raz. Hopefully you are. I saw literally you were here just a few minutes ago. I got some cleanup to do, huh? Rigged. Razzmatazz. Well, if one Razzmatazz is no longer in the chat, I'm afraid I'll have to pick somebody else, but I've seen them literally 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. There's probably a delay, stream delay. They were also number 21, so. A long time here and still never won. Yeah, you know, it's the luck of the draw. It is. Keep trying. Keep trying. We are on layer 92. We are cooking. Still kind of wild to have the whole vat move. What if the power goes out? Does it just drop? Hopefully it's spring loaded. Hard to tell if it's geared at all. Wouldn't that be something? Power cuts out, the thing slams, the resin goes everywhere. All right, one Raz. I'm gonna have to treat you the same as everyone else. You've already won once before, so I know you know what's going on. But I'm gonna give you another 2 or so minutes, or I'm gonna have to pick somebody else. Hopefully, you jump back in. If you guys are on YouTube, I believe one Raz was on YouTube 4 minutes ago. No, on Twitch. One Raz is on Twitch, so I can't even ping him. Him or her. Let's see. Can I? One Raz. Oh, okay. One Raz. Hey, you won. You here? If I can ping him, should be good. And if they don't come back, well, I'll give them a one more minute, 2 more minutes. We'll pick somebody else. Looks like there is some level of sound, but it's very, very minor. This thing's not making any noise. So he was texting with me. Bro, party too hard. Gotta take that phone with you. It's true. Been watching Canuck for years. Finally won about a month ago. Nice. Here. All right. You literally. I literally looked up. It's 11:56. That's when I said I was gonna cut it out. And you're on YouTube. Nice. Confirm. All right. One Raz. Congratulations. I'm glad you're here and supporting, and I can pay you back for that in some way, shape, or form. Thank you for Polymaker for making it happen. One Raz, if you recall, just like last time, you need to send an email to me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. My first name is FEDOR at 3dprintsos.com, and I'll reply to you in about a day or two. The weekend is coming up. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not too busy at work. If not, I'll get back to you. I'll send you the code. You'll add that code to the link I sent, and you will have that money on the account. All right? Please confirm that you got it, and you're good to go in the chat. Oh, no, he replied on YouTube this time. Yeah, I see him up there. All right, Zoomy. Thanks for popping in. All right, so while we wait for that confirmation, let's kind of just go over what happened with this unboxing, right? So unboxing, very pleasant. The machine looks really nice. It has this nice little plump shape to it. All the other machines that I've had are kind of like tall and rectangular. This thing is more of like a square, and it takes up a lot of room. It's big. I'm actually not going to be able to use my tray. God, he scared the shit out of me just now. I'm not going to be able to use my tray that's down there that I have my other printer on because this thing's wider than that. So that's interesting. I do really love that this is pushing this to some degree. Like, it's different. It has a bunch of new ways of doing it. Even with the screen placement of the door is different. So very interesting. Total bummer about this heater thing that I have, the AFU unit leaking. That's definitely a problem. I'm glad I caught it. I could have left the sprint overnight. This thing dripping all over the table, leaking on the carpet would have been an absolute nightmare. So I'm happy about that, and I'll definitely message them and let them know that that happened. There's either going to be it's either going to be me taking it apart or them sending me a new one. Those are the options. I would prefer to have it though. I do like the fact that it tells you really easily and simply how much resin is left in the thing without looking. If you print with the same resin all the time, which is majority of the time what I'm going to be doing, it being in there and using the pump feature is exactly what I would be using. So I definitely want that add-on. Otherwise, this thing's cool. I really interested to see if this prints, because those settings I know nothing about, and I might have set that up wrong. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how that popper thing works. That's really neat and different. Totally annoying to take the build plate off and scrape because it sticks so much, and the scraper always like pops the vacuum and the things go flying and splashing everywhere. So that might make things less messy, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this whole thing. It's really cool. It's gonna stay on my desk for at least a week or so until I move it back there. But I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop about what's going on. So yeah, that's that. Thanks PCBWay. Thanks Polymaker. Appreciate you guys. Leaky unboxing, yeah. Nice. We'll look for the email. Okay, cool. Have fun cleaning up that message. Should be easy. It's easy. I have some isopropyl alcohol. Spray it down. Wipe. Done. Someone should move that closer to you while you're busy. So I have him at the bottom of the stairs going to the basement, and you can just see a silhouette when you open the door, and it's crazy. Like, it's, even to me, you open the door, you're like, you got to take a second, because it's my stature. He's exactly my, like, it's me, right? Just with shoes on. And it's when you walk in, it's at first you're like, holy, what is going on here? My God. Hey, Ollie, thank you for the gift of membership. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And Petty, congrats. Hey, I'm doing well. Hope the same for you. Doing well. Just checking out something a little different than normal. But don't worry, guys. We have plenty of FDM stuff coming in. And I have plenty of projects to do. I want to finish my Voron over here. I need to do a review on the Core 1. The absolutely fantastic K2 Pro, which is a surprise. Like, it's really good. I do need to actually do a thousands of hours later on the H2D, because that machine has been just an absolute powerhouse. I technically need to do a review on the FL Sun T1, S1, T1, S1. I need to continue my custom K1 modded stuff. I got the Tetris and the, I don't remember what the name of it called, but the IBOS heaters versus the Sunlu heater. Lots and lots of content that I need to do. I'm currently in the middle of re-editing and reshooting some parts of the what's it called, Chitty Tech S2 and the new Chitty box that got updated. I opened that today, so that's happening. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of content that needs to be made. There's a lot in my inbox that I don't have time to reply to, so I'm gonna have to pick and choose that kind of stuff. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. So hope to get to it all in some kind of timely fashion. Still keep things entertainment, guys. If you're still on here, please do me a favor, even if you're not going to watch it. Go to my latest video about the Death Racer. I just click on it for like a split second. Just get it to higher than 500 views. It's really sad that that video is my worst performing video that I have on the channel, because I've definitely posted some garbage over the past 7 years. All right, so I'd appreciate that. Does your IBOS turn on and off all day to keep humidity levels? Yes. And the one on the bottom has a really loud click when it's off, and the little thing goes all the way down. It's almost like the motor turns too much and ends up clicking. So, but yeah, the IBOS units are really cool. I gotta throw the Sunlu one back on and do a test video for that. Oh, you have that too? Yeah, it like goes down and it's like, and that's how I know it did it. So, but yeah, it's still cool that it's active like that. You don't have to worry about a grommet like everything else has, or you'll go to like twist open the thing, you'll heat, and then half the day it spends open and getting back all the humidity that it tried to get away, get out. So it is what it is. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, Creality, for sending me this machine, or PioCreat, I guess I could say. PCBWay, like I said, Polymaker. Guys, hit up 3dprintsos.com. Check some of that stuff out. Get yourself something. All right. As always, I'll see you guys in the comments. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Have a good night. Later.